recording now. Welcome to VGS.
Thanks, Alex.
Whoa.
Alex technically has all the jobs because he's in a different room than Hunter and I right now.
Yes.
And I gave him a flash drive to record things on, and he never started the recording.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. Like
that's-
we'll record next week too. It's fine.
Welcome to VGS.
Welcome to VGS. The show's VGS. Chloe, Alex, and Hunter. Yes. Okay. So this is SUNY Fredoninga's only active gaming show about video games.
Question mark.
I'm pretty sure. Only active one. There's no other active video game shows right now.
On FRS, I think so, yeah.
On FRS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be one at the TV station,
Yep.
actually, but that's not started yet.
I haven't updated the schedule on the FRS website yet because I haven't gotten the schedules and because people are still making shows.
Right.
But once I do all that, because it's a lot of work, I'll let you know, and then we'll know for sure whether we're the only active.
If there's
gaming show.
another gaming show, we should collaborate with them. That would be really
you
cool.
You took that in a different way that I was going to take.
Well,
I was
don't-
going to say compete.
I would never.
I was going to say destroy.
I would
but-
never openly destroy them. It would have to be. You have to get close to them first, and then you can destroy them. Gotta get inside first.
Mental warfare.
Mental warfare.
That's how I roll.
Psychological. That's why you're a
That's
psychology
why I'm
major.
a psych major. It's just so I can manipulate everyone. I'm totally kidding. That is not the reason at all. I actually became a psych major to help people, believe it or not.
Let's talk about gaming.
Yeah.
Moving on. So this week, I thought it would be good to kind of get to know our co-hosts a little bit more because we talked a little bit last week, but I thought it'd be cool to get to know them a little bit more. So we're gonna do Would You Rather, but it's gonna be like video game themed. Okay. So to start out, we're gonna do very basic. Do you prefer playing story games or fighting games? Alex, go.
I prefer playing story games. I'm a big story fan.
Mm-hmm.
Some examples of some story games that I've loved in the past are Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed What Remains of Edith Finch.
Mm-hmm.
Doki Doki Literature Club, which if you haven't heard of it or played it, I very much recommend. Though trigger warning, there's a lot of triggers in that game, but the story is incredible. Games like that I just love because video games are a great medium for telling a story, I think.
For sure.
And I just like watching it. Don't get me wrong, I like my action, but I like my story just a little bit more.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do you think, Hunter?
I also enjoy story games more.
Mm-hmm.
I do like a good fight, but in my eyes, there's some games that can handle it well, like Mortal Kombat, for
Right.
example.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good games, or like Smash. Those are good
Soul
games where you
Calibur.
can just kind of log on with your friends and have a nice fight. If it's not multiplayer, though, fighting gets a little redundant at times.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can kind of get that. I can get
For
behind
sure.
that idea.
I totally agree. Like you all know, my favorite game is Final Fantasy 15. I always bring it up because it's just you have to. It's so great.
Yes.
But a big part of the Final Fantasy franchise is that it has a very strong story behind it all the time. Even like Final Fantasy had a movie called Kingsglaive come out that explained more backstory about 15. And it's just, I don't know, that's something that's really great about the game is the story writing and the script and everything about it. It's just so cool to me. And it has good fighting in it too, Alex, when you play it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of really cool battles that are in it, but that's not the main focus of the story. Like with all the fights, there's emotion behind it because if you know Final Fantasy, almost all of them are sad or some element of it is sad.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really cool. And that kind of brings me to my next kind of point under this question. Do you prefer games that are more sad or serious? Or when you're playing a game, are you just looking for something for fun?
Hunter, do you wanna go first on this one?
Sad or serious or fun? It's depending how I'm feeling, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm in the mood for like a really impactful game,
Mm-hmm.
then I will really love a sadder story, obviously.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, I'd say I go for the more fun option because it's more around like a good time. You don't have to worry about like learning a lesson or trying to keep track of stuff like a movie in a way.
That's fair.
That's pretty valid. What do you think, Alex?
I enjoy both, but when it comes to thinking of games, The sad and serious games always pop in my head first before fun games. Like if
Me
you
too.
like Doki Doki Literature Club
Mm-hmm.
or What Remains of Edith Finch, like those are sad and serious games. They pop into my head immediately before a game that could be considered like fun, like Slime Rancher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't played Slime
Uh,
Rancher, but it looks fun.
It's a fun game. It's you pick up slimes and you throw them in pens and you play capitalist society and you take their excrement and sell it.
It's really fun.
That's
played it
essentially what it
too?
is.
I haven't played it, but I've seen it
Okay.
played.
Yeah, they poop out these little things called like plorbs, and it's just like
Florbs.
pink diamonds or like diamonds that are like on fire. It's a fun little game if you
Yeah.
like just Stardew Valley esque games.
And I like Stardew Valley, as
You
we
do like
established last
Stardew
week.
Valley.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't been on my Switch at all in the past like 2 weeks, which is kind of bad.
You should play.
I know I should. Maybe this weekend, if I get all my homework done, I will pick up Stardew Valley.
Do it.
That's the goal. But I need to talk to my villagers first because they're gonna not like me anymore because it's been so long. That happens in Animal Crossing.
The only thing I don't like
Ow.
about Stardew Valley is that there's so much in it that sometimes you have to like search and go to like a wiki in order to find the information.
Yeah.
And I personally don't like games like that where you have to always try
Really?
and find like an external source of like information. Yeah.
I find that I'm gravitated towards those sorts of games.
Really?
Yes.
Why's that?
Maybe it's just like the completionist in me, or just like the
Yeah.
collector in me. Because if the game's got a wiki, it's a big game. You know what I mean? And I like big games.
Big
Yeah.
games.
Big games.
I remember when we were playing Destiny over the summer, you would always have the wiki pulled up. And you had like the app, and then I downloaded the app, but I never used it.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's cool. I think I'm kind of in the same boat as Alex. I really like the sad and serious games because to me, like, just like what you said earlier, games are a very good way to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of like Uncharted and The Last of Us and stories that are just so strong in content and I don't know where I was going with that.
Very impactful.
Impactful, yes, that's the word I was looking for. So I really like that because I like how it makes me feel when I finish a game. Like when I finished Final Fantasy 15, the way it made me feel, that's why I like that game so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I like to play fun games. I like to play Smite. We all know that. Even though Smite can sometimes make you not have fun and want to cry. But sometimes it's just fun to mess around on like a battlefield and like go after like a capture the flag kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. More towards tabletop gaming. Alex, this question was definitely geared towards you. Do you prefer tabletop or online games?
I can answer this very easily.
Oh, we know what he's
Tabletop.
gonna do.
Tabletop.
Yeah.
I'm not really a huge fan of online games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not a big fan of like the CODs or like
Yeah, me neither.
Like I enjoy GTA, but it's not my favorite type of game. You know what I mean? If you gave me like a Saturday night at 7 p.m. and said play D&D or play GTA, I'm gonna choose D&D. You know?
Yeah.
Just because I'm playing with random people in online games most of the time, and they're just they just kill my vibe. They just, what are you guys doing?
There's a hair floating around.
It's like a little tiny fuzzy. I
A
saw
little
it
fuzzy
too.
floating in
There's a lot of them.
But no, yeah, I just enjoy tabletop more than online games because I feel like you can create better moments with your friends in a tabletop game than an online game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree 100%. Because when we play D&D, the thing that I really like about it, especially when we were in Hemingway and we were all sitting around like that table, it was just like such a good memory that I have from freshman year. And especially like that was when I was just getting to know all of you guys. And with COVID, I was spending so much time by myself in my room. I was so scared to make friends. And then like a month later, I ended up like playing D&D and having a big group of friends. It was just really nice for me.
It was crazy, the series of events that got to that moment.
I know.
It was like
It's wild.
It was like convincing Chloe to like get out of her room, then like playing Minecraft nonstop for like a week, and then being quarantined for COVID.
Thanks to Hunter.
And then we get back and we play a little bit more Minecraft, and then we're like, want to start a Dungeons and Dragons campaign?
It was because of VGS that you got me
Yes,
in the campaign because I said I was interested in it. Like, I don't even know why you were listening to my show.
Because you told
But
us to listen.
Did I? Because
Yes.
I really don't think I did.
I don't remember that.
I don't think I
No.
would have.
She did not. She told us that it was always 7 to 8.
Yeah, I would always lie about the
She
times.
still tells us it's 7 to 8, and we're co-hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just because I'm getting more used to people listening to me, and that's something because I really want to be in broadcast when I like grow up out of
You want to
college.
grow up.
So like, I gotta get used to people listening to my show.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you guys did listen to my show, we started playing D&D, and something really good came out of that.
Exactly.
So,
See,
yes.
You should listen to Alex more often.
well, I
Wow.
don't know about that, Alex.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
It is. It's a stretch. What about you, Hunter?
So the way I think about tabletop games, I'm thinking more than D&D. I'm thinking like your average board games or like cards and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do love online games. I'd say not as much as tabletop games though. I feel like with tabletop games you can get a little more like closer with it, like you guys kind of said.
Yeah.
You have those memories. You might not remember getting your like 4th kill on COD, but you might remember like winning 2 games in a row of Rummy with your friends.
Michigan Rummy? Is that the Rummy?
No.
Oh, is there 2 Rummies? The only Rummy I know is Michigan Rummy, and I'm very good at it. Why are you just staring at me?
I've
blankly?
never heard of the name Michigan Rummy.
Really?
I've never heard of the game Rummy.
Wow,
that's-
look at
that's
that.
calling.
This is weird.
I'm not a big like cards type of guy.
Yeah.
I really like cards.
I know how to play blackjack. I had to get someone had to explain the rules to Go Fish to me yesterday.
All right,
I
well,
don't remember how to play Go
I don't know how to
Fish.
play Go Fish either.
Can we play Go Fish? All right, instead of D&D, scratch everything you had planned. Let's play Go Fish for
What do
4
you
hours.
mean?
For 4 hours straight.
These people in D&D.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my lord.
Hey, it was a
What a
joke.
bunch of.
I
It was a
think-
joke, man.
I think next week for VGS we should just play Go Fish
Should
instead.
we just play Go Fish? We could all
Yep.
sit around the Grim table.
It'll be
Well, how are
very
we gonna play with
entertaining.
Alex?
What about a one shot D&D?
We could do that. Is that
Could-
too similar to? Would you mind doing that? Because
I
of
wouldn't-
D&D BL,
I wouldn't mind doing that.
we could do that.
Or we could do a D&D VL special.
We could do that too. We could combine forces.
Combined force.
And
VGS,
if there
D&D.
is another gaming show, they could be in it too.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll just destroy their character. No, I'm kidding.
Well, crush them.
Kidding.
Crush 'em.
We'll That's so mean.
Destroy.
But like I do kind of. I'm moving on from whatever you were just saying.
I can't remember what I said anyways, so go for it.
You said.
Rummy.
Oh, right.
Oh, Rummy.
I like all
Yeah,
sizes. I like
explain
all
that,
kinds of card
actually.
games. You want me to explain Rummy?
I don't know what.
Well, should you explain Rummy?
Let's see. I wonder if Michigan
Or-
Rummy and Rummy are the same thing.
Or
You just kind of said explain.
Well, I might just
should
continue.
you explain Rummy?
Oh.
Or should you explain
Five-
what station
It's
you're
also
listening
called-
to on right now, Hunter?
I think we should leave it to Chloe for the first
Oh,
time.
you want me to? I'll do it because you're too chicken.
Well, thanks for ruining the segue.
I'm sorry, man. We went with stuff, and then I'm sticking to it.
You're listening to WCVF 88.9, the campus and community voice of Fredonia. All right, Hunter, go ahead.
Thank you, Chloe.
You're welcome. Is it also known as 500 rum?
I'd never heard that either.
Well, that's what Google is saying.
I just call it Rummy.
You're a Rummy.
Ramoli?
Think it could be gin Rummy.
That's my favorite, like, gotcha. It's like, you're a Rummy. Or like, you're a Rowlet.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you respond to that? You can't.
You can't.
You
We
can't.
did that
No.
in JTF too.
You do it all the time.
I do. Because
I'll
it's a
fix it,
good
it's fine.
got 'em.
Okay.
Like, you can't fight back. You can't object.
There's no comeback to that.
Yeah.
Are you done with your rummy?
I was done
what
with
were you-
Rummy. I was just explaining cards now.
Okay, continue.
Like my fascination with cards. You remember those memories, no? I remember one distinct time I was in Pennsylvania with my friend's family. We were playing Phase 10. It's not a card, like actual deck of card game, but it was a fun time. And I remember one specific moment where I'd say we had like 8 people playing on the table, and my sister was playing, and we decided to lay all of our skips on her at once. So she was out for, I'd say,
so
4 rounds.
That's so mean.
And with 8 people, 4 rounds takes a long time. She was out for maybe, I'd say, a half hour or so.
Oh no, that's so mean. That's mean.
Wow.
When we had the comm orientation field trip, we played Uno, and we kept laying skips on this poor kid. I don't even know his name. We kept laying skips, like stacking them too. So then it would keep going back to the same person over and over again. That poor kid never once put a card down.
Oh,
It was so terrible.
The poor kid.
That
it was
is
so
that is
mean.
bullying in the first degree.
It really was. And it
so
wasn't
mean.
like intentional, just everyone happened to have a skip and we all just like put them
Yeah.
down. So mean.
Oh,
Anything
man.
anything else with cards?
I'm
that
done.
you wanted? Okay. So I was going to go back to online games really fast. I do very much enjoy playing online games. Like over the summer, Alex and I played a lot. Well, we wouldn't play together as much. We were a
That'd be
little
so
bad in that
bad.
regard.
Yeah.
We would just kind of join an Xbox Live party and just kind of talk. And I would play Smite and you would play Destiny or Wreckfest. But I still like that because a lot of times when I'm away at college, I like to play with my friend Caitlin. And since I can't always go home and be around her, online games is a good way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, if I had to decide, I would probably say tabletop. So another bullet under that question is never be able to play tabletop games or video games ever again. You have to choose one for the rest of your life.
I would never play tabletop games again.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, tabletop games are so much fun. They're incredible. But playing a tabletop game's like an event, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get everyone together, sit them all down and be like, "Okay, guys, time to kill the ice queen," you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Video games you can just pick up and play. And I really appreciate that about video games, and I feel like it would really suck not being able to do that anymore in my life. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to choose getting rid of tabletop games, as shocking as that may sound.
I
Wild.
agree with you. I would also give up tabletop games.
Yeah, I think.
But
so.
I just thought of a loophole.
What?
A lot of tabletop games have become video games. So, like, you can play Uno online,
Okay.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just pulled up
Loophole.
Solitaire on my laptop.
Exactly.
Good
So you're not
old
exactly giving
solitaire.
up all tabletop games. You just can't play it in person,
That
you
is
know?
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I also agree. When I was writing that question, I honestly didn't know what you were going to say, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of figured you would stay with video games just because that's more like I'd say that's been a bigger part of your life than tabletop has been. Like
Exactly.
like we talked about it like last week about how a lot of us grew up on video games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also in the same regard. I could not imagine never going back to Animal Crossing personally. I'm too far into it right now. So
Are you? You haven't picked up your Switch in
well,
2
because
weeks.
Yeah.
Alex, I'm gonna forward you my Google Calendar, and you tell me when in there I should be playing my Switch.
Okay. Take a screenshot of it and then send it to me.
Right now?
Yes.
1 to 3 a.m.
Yeah, 1 to 3 a.m.
Oh, I clicked on my mail.
I believe an excellent time to play on your Nintendo Switch would be in between VGS and before the news at WNYS.
Listen, guys, I have to anchor News 11 30 minutes after this show ends.
Yes.
And in those 30 minutes, I need to run from the radio station to the TV station
Yes.
every Thursday.
Yes.
She's busy.
Very, very busy.
I'm busy.
Everyone's busy, honestly.
We're all busy right now.
Are you busy, Hunter?
I get to go home and have pizza
I mean, I get to go home and have pizza as well.
delivered from Dan the Man.
Dan the man. We got our inventory checks at the townhouse, which is when we go up to Dan and we're like, our door's broken, and then he writes that down and says, yes, good. But we finished that before anyone else did, at least our townhouse segment, so Barcelona. So he's rewarding us with pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's really he seems like such a wholesome guy.
Oh, he's such a wholesome
Love
guy.
Dan.
Love
That's
Dan.
awesome.
Love Dan so much.
Aw.
Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Dan right now if you're listening.
Shout out to Dan.
What's up?
I wrote something
All right,
in the
Hunter.
Google Doc.
No, it's gone now.
It's
Hunter,
gone
listen, I'll tell you later.
now.
Okay.
Do you prefer? I'm starting with you just because I know Alex and I are on the same side. Xbox, PlayStation, or PC?
PC.
All right,
Lame.
let's get them.
Lame.
Just
Get
kidding.
him.
No. Okay, why?
I've grown up in PC. I wasn't really much of a console player. The biggest console I had was the Nintendo Wii. for a long time.
Yo, where's
and-
the Wii in this question? Why can't
Yeah.
I vote Nintendo Wii?
You know,
Where's Nintendo in general?
I was gonna put another question about Nintendo, and I just never did. It was genuinely on my mind, and I just
Forsaken.
didn't do it. Sorry, guys.
Unbelievable.
No, I grew up on Wii. I didn't really grow up on Xbox or PlayStation or any of those. I was a Nintendo boy. I had the DS. I had the 3DS,
Little Nintendo man.
Yeah.
and then I gradually made my way to PC in like 2007. I think was when I got my computer. No,
You would have been 5.
20. I can't remember what year it was, but I had it for like 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very slow. It had 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it did not want to hold like any game. Like the only game I could play was Minecraft, basically, which is why I've grown up on Minecraft as well. That's the only game I could play, so I played many hours of the day. Now I have a new computer, and I just, evolved my tastes.
Yeah.
For sure. All right,
Now, why do you
Alex.
guys like consoles?
Here we go. It's our
There you
time
go.
to shine.
Yeah.
Well, I also started on the Wii. Well, I started on that Atari thing I told you about last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember for Christmas, it was the sweetest thing. I got a Wii for Christmas one year, and my parents were also really excited about it because we just wanted something to do as a family, and we had many a night playing Wii bowling. And that was really enjoyable. And then, 8th grade, I got my Xbox. And I got an Xbox because Caitlin had an Xbox. So I wanted to play with Caitlin. So that's how I ended up in the Xbox realm.
Xbox.
And I don't know, I really liked it. I enjoyed just how Xbox had everything set up and their user interface and everything like that. And then for Christmas, 3 years later, I used my Christmas money and bought a PlayStation 4. And I use the Xbox a lot more than the PlayStation. I think just because I'm more used to the Xbox and all my friends are on
That's fair.
Xbox. So that's just kind of how it happened for me. Alex, you can go ahead.
I am an Xbox boy.
Yes.
I mean, I started off with consoles like you guys, Nintendo Wii and PlayStation 2. I got both of those around the same time. But all my friends were on Xbox, so I moved to the Xbox 360, and I just stuck with it because I really enjoy the exclusives on Xbox, such as Forza Horizon and Halo. Those are my 2 big ones. I love Horizon. I think that's a really big one that keeps me on Xbox, but I also very much like their user interface. It's easy to go through. It's I like the color green better than I do the color blue. And I just all my stuff is on Xbox,
Yeah.
Right, me too.
All my gamer scores on Xbox, all my trophies, all my purchases, everything's on Xbox. So
If you grow up leaning on one console versus the other, it's very hard to change
yes, very, very hard to change.
because your entire life is on that thing.
Exactly.
And currently, another big part for Xbox that I've just been digging is Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, for Christmas, I just asked for a Game Pass membership. And I mean, I've got new games for the entire year, essentially. Maybe not the specific ones I want. Like I doubt Battlefield 2042 is going to be on Xbox Game Pass day one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But most Xbox releases, such as like Forza Horizon games or Halo, is going to be on Game Pass. Plenty of indie titles get released on Game Pass all the time. New games I've never heard about go on Game Pass, and I can play them, complete them, and then uninstall them and play a new game.
Yeah.
I'm not paying money for all these types of games, and I can try all different types of games.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's been keeping me close.
Yeah, I really like Game Pass too. Last year on the Instagram, I would post what was new on Game Pass, and that was also just an excuse for me to look through what was on Game Pass, and I would always get really excited about it. But I do have to disagree with the releases, like the Xbox only.
I know I'm in the
Exclusive.
minority. I know I'm in the minority
Yeah,
for
exclusive.
exclusives.
Thank you.
I just enjoyed Xbox exclusives more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked the ones on PlayStation a lot more, and that was a big reason that I think the only reason I bought a PlayStation was so I can play Uncharted.
The only
So-
exclusive I'm jealous about is God of War. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
a big
can-
one.
I
I
kind of
haven't
wish I
played
could
it,
play.
but-
I kind of wish I could play God of War, but the other ones I just eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather have Forza Horizon than 5 PlayStation exclusives. You know,
That's saying something.
Yeah.
that's how much I enjoy the Horizon franchise.
Hmm.
So it's an unpopular opinion, but that do be it.
That do be it. That do be
I like,
the unpopular opinion.
PlayStation's PS Plus. It's like similar to Game Pass.
Yeah.
but worse.
It has
You
Pac-Man.
just drew a line in the sand.
It has Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus.
That's it.
That just
why I
sounds
want
like
it.
a glorified Pac-Man to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Pac-Man with a epilepsy warning.
No. Oh, is that the one you were playing in the
Yep.
common room? Yeah. The entire common room was like flashing colors
Yep.
from your screen. Yep. I remember that. All right. So, do you guys prefer? Since we're kind of going down the Pac-Man realm, do you prefer retro games or new games?
Um.
I'm heavily interested in retro games. I
I've
like
noticed that.
Tetris. I like Pac-Man. When I was in school, my friend and I made like a mock version of Pong
Mhm.
as a project.
How'd you do that?
We coded it.
You coded a Pong game?
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
We sat there and we learned how to code a Pong game.
That's really cool. What class did you do that for?
It was biology.
What?
Well, hold on. I was about to say I've coded like a Battleship before. Like I coded a game of Battleship, and you could play Battleship on the computer. But
We did a really fast lesson. It was like, make this guy go over here, and that was
But-
the entire
Was that
thing.
Scratch?
biology?
I don't know.
Yeah, my biology teacher, she had this thing called Genius Hour. It was basically a year-long project in 9th grade where you would do whatever you wanted.
Okay.
You just had to make progress over the year, and she would like check in occasionally. Then we'd have to pitch our project to like the entire class and say, "Hey, this is what I've done, and how I can move forward and stuff like that."
That's such a weird project for a biology class.
Yeah.
I agree. However, it was fun. It was
That's
much
all that
better
matters.
than like
Learning
everything
about
else biology
biology.
has to offer.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's really cool. Like I said, I don't understand coding. We didn't really do that in my school. So
Mhm.
there was a class you could have taken, and then it went online because of COVID, and the people that were in the coding class said it was terrible. It was hard to learn, like, not with a teacher right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We technically had one class. I think it was called technological literacy.
Mm-hmm.
It basically she stuck us on like codeacademy.org, I think.
Yeah. That's
I did
that's
it.
so weird, biology.
Yeah,
I still can't get over that.
I still stick with the fact that it was more fun than doing biology.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, my choice would have to be. Well, what are we considering retro?
It is a hard question, kind of define.
Wanna know what I think is retro?
Before you think what is retro,
You're allowed to do the same thing.
I was about to do the same thing.
Because you weren't doing it, so I was all
Well,
stressed.
no one
so I
told
was
me
like,
to do it.
I did. I wrote it on the doc. I wrote it exactly where you wrote your thing, so I thought you would see it.
Oh well, maybe you should plan this show out.
You know what? Maybe you should get out, Alex. I did plan this out.
Get
We're
out,
reading an outline.
Get out.
I'll do it.
Okay, time for me to
All
shut
right,
down the board.
you're listening to. Did he seriously cut us off? Alexander.
I was about to do the thing,
I
and then he cut me out.
you were quiet for
Who's
about
doing it? Someone
2
do it.
seconds. You're listening to 88.9 WCVF, the campus and community voice of Fredonia.
Thanks. Okay, go ahead.
No, what do you think is retro, Alex?
Well, what are we considering retro?
Well, I guess I was thinking more of like the classic arcade games as retro, and then like the stuff that you play on your Xbox now is new.
Okay, well there's a very big difference between
Like when I'm at
Galactica and
Galactica.
Battlefield
Ah,
2020.
that's
you
okay.
can't exactly choose one or the other because retro games offer something that newer games cannot.
That's true. That's true.
And it works vice versa.
You can't
If
really...
I put one in front of you, let's say I put any retro game, Pac-Man, okay, and then I gave you Uncharted 4, next
Pac-Man.
That's what I was asking.
You can't really choose between the two, but I'm gonna choose new. Easy choice for me.
You can't choose.
It was more
Very
of like
but it's
a.
an easy choice. I'm gonna choose this.
Very easy choice.
It was supposed to be like a. Which one would you rather play?
Pac-Man was fun when I was 7, and then
I think Pac-Man's fun.
not anymore.
Alex, why are you
They gotta
so controversial?
They
today?
gotta pizzazz it. Besides adding epileptic seizures. Give me something new.
How do you guys feel about Snake?
Give me like a new.
I
ghost.
love Snake, but I'm really bad at it.
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that too. I feel
I
like
would say ouch, but you're right. It's okay.
I feel like there's a big overlap between playing Snake and also being able to play platformers.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
There was a time. Hold up. There was a time over the summer when we were playing Destiny, and there was like this quest where you had to like go in like a cavern and like hop between platforms. I kid you not, it took her days. It took her days to get through that cavern.
It was so bad, but I finished it by myself.
Congratulations.
You were there actually when I
Took a few
finished it.
days.
Now that you'd remember, but you were there.
Hey,
Hey, you're
Hey.
attacking me.
at least I
Hey.
didn't spend days jumping around
Hey
the
man,
Cosmodrome.
you're missing the fact that I spent months in the Final Fantasy one. So yes, I'm not a platformer. Okay,
I love platformers.
I love
I can't do
platformers, too.
it. I can't.
Yeah, I'd
Please
say
teach me.
honestly, it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah?
Like favorite types.
What's your
Really?
favorite platformer?
I like Portal, if you can consider that a platformer.
Oh, I would
Yeah,
easily consider
for
that
sure.
a platformer.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my favorite.
Really?
Portal is
That's
such
cool.
a
You
good
guys have
game.
the same answer.
I haven't been able to finish Portal, but it's already it's a fun game.
There's this one. I went through a phase of liking just like parkour and stuff.
Hardcore.
I feel like a lot of guys do.
Parkour.
Mhm.
Sometimes I jump off of the benches in the McEwen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does do
thing
that.
and
I do too.
Yell hardcore
I don't do
parkour,
that.
and then I feel something.
Sometimes I just like go up to a wall and jump off of it.
Then you're
I
like-
don't do that.
Then you're like, I'm cool now.
Yeah.
That
like,
must just be a
Everyone,
guy thing.
Everyone look at me. I'm
But then you
awesome.
stumble and it's all ruined.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But there's this one game. It was called Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I think it
Mhm.
was.
I am
know
aware
what
of
you're
the
talking
game.
about.
I
Yeah,
never got
yeah.
to play it, but I wanted to so bad.
I think I had it downloaded. There was a time. Continue. Sorry. I'm thinking.
That was it.
Oh, okay. Hey, Hunter, while we're in a breaking conversation, you should do the next station ID in 10 minutes.
Sure, guy.
This recording, I can never present to a company.
Oh, heck no.
This
Heck no.
recording
This is just for fun.
specifically for YouTube.
Yeah.
This is for, yeah.
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 This
YouTube
is for,
content.
This is for archive purposes.
Archive purposes. Oh,
You know what?
man.
We're still getting into the swing of things.
Yeah, it's weird having it. My show was much more professional when it was just me. If it was even considered professional.
Now it's fun.
Yeah,
now it's fun.
funky and
Now I am
fresh.
actually not counting down the minutes. I'm only watching them for the purpose of station IDs. So, anyways, if I had to choose, I think I would go with new games as well.
Mhm.
Just because I don't think there's enough like if I had to choose one section, I guess, to play for the rest of my life, I'd have to choose new because I would get very bored playing Tetris and Pac-Man for the rest of my life.
Yes.
I went through a period in high school where I just played Tetris every single class.
Yeah.
I'd say for like a solid year.
Oh my God.
Says the man with the cool math
Not
games
every
hoodie.
single class, but
Cool math games.
Where's your cool math games hoodie?
it's in my closet.
It's not
Too hot
on.
out today.
That's true. It is kind of hot outside.
Yeah. I had a hoodie on this morning, but I took it off.
Yeah, it was a little chilly this morning.
Good choice.
I
good
was
choice.
cold when I went to class. Yeah, anyways. Do you guys prefer open world or linear games? So linear in the sense that you can't go anywhere on the map. Like open world is the entire map you can.
Like Super Mario 3D World versus original Super Mario Brothers, or
Like Final Fantasy is Uncharted open world? I don't know.
Something like
How do you explain that?
let's say Stardew Valley's an open world game.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15 is an open world game.
Mm-hmm.
Something like What Remains of Edith Finch is a linear game.
You know Little Nightmares?
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
It is like you're set on a story
Yep.
and you can't
You
like
can't go
just
back.
you can't like go to like some random dude and be like, you need me to collect apples for you? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yes.
So what's your preference?
I I'm not sure, honestly. Go to Alex first. He might have
Alright,
a good
Alex.
talking point that I can lean off
Well,
of.
I have a story
Oh,
for you all.
okay.
You are talking to the man who has played thousands of hours of Fallout 4. The man who has created an empire from the ashes of the world, who has risen the Minutemen to fame. I love my open world games. As I have said, I've spent thousands of hours in Fallout 4, thousands of hours in Fallout 76, hundreds of hours in Skyrim. I love my open world games because you get to do anything you want, like create a democratorship using the name of freedom to make drugs. It's a great time. Great time, Fallout 4.
I didn't think of a talking point. I was not listening. I was distracted
trying
by
so
the
hard
fact that
not
you had
to
a
laugh.
soundtrack to go with
I
your
didn't
speech.
know you were gonna pull up a soundtrack. It's like this. Is this the Fallout 4 main menu music?
It is Fallout 4 original soundtrack main theme.
Yep.
Yep.
You just had like a well-rehearsed speech ready.
Yes.
Was that prepared?
Oh, absolutely. I saw that question. I knew exactly what I was gonna do. Because
I like the
have-
music. Are we gonna get in trouble for playing this or no?
No.
We'll write it down on the booth plays.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I spend so much time in Fallout 4 just settlement building or just doing quests or just shooting things and killing things and looting places that it took me hundreds of hours just to get through the main storyline. So just exploring, even in games like Elder Scrolls Online, I just like exploring the world. And yeah, that's my answer. Anyways, goodbye Fallout 4 music.
That was really nice. Maybe we should play more music during the show because we can do that. Because easy. Perhaps. Well, I'll consider.
Thank you, Fallout 4.
Thank you, Fallout
Original
4,
soundtrack.
for
Anyways,
your contribution to the show today.
Hunter, it's your turn now.
It is your turn.
Open world, yeah.
Open world.
Let's go. I'd say open world. Like Alex kind of said at the end of his speech,
Speech.
it's the fact that you get to do a lot more in open world games. You get to do what you kind of want, as opposed to being set on that linear story.
That is fair. That is understandable. Trust me, I am in your camp. I believe what you say. You are a preacher in my choir.
I feel like the music should have been back for the.
Yeah. You keep saying like influential things.
Hold
Oh,
up.
he's gonna.
It's
he's
too
gonna
late
do
now.
it. Well, now it's now that the joke's gone.
The
Alex.
moment's passed.
You are a
Now-
preacher in my choir.
See, it doesn't have the same effect.
There we go.
It's because we weren't. I can't see the computer. I don't know if you can see the computer where you're. I didn't see that coming. It was really funny. I was
Do
trying
you
not
have
to
it
laugh.
up on your other computer?
I have it on my
Yep.
laptop.
That's why.
That's why
Okay.
I can't see it.
That's funny.
I pull all the strings in VGS.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This
No,
man
I'm-
is always ready.
He is always ready.
I'll play the
Ready to cut the entire show and take it over himself. And Alex?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a little nervous. I don't trust him now. He's in that room alone. We can't stop him. I would also prefer open world games personally. Because like I said, I like Final Fantasy. I like going out exploring. I like gathering things like around the world. I think that's really cool.
I like
So-
returning back to that first area. You know,
Yeah, for sure. I think it's cool. I really like pretty games too that have like like the Sea of Thieves sky, Alex.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like those kind of
The
things.
Sea of Thieves sky is beautiful
It's so pretty.
until you get like wrecked by some Chad in a boat.
Who attacks your sloop?
Yeah.
Every time.
Who's-
Yeah,
Who's attacking sloops these days? Unbelievable.
Chads.
Chads. Want to know what they do? They shoot cannons into us
Yeah,
and they sink our boat.
and
you
then
know.
they play instruments over our
They
sunken ship.
they play instruments like.
I am so excited for High Noon to go live so I can be in charge of the board.
for those that don't know, that was the Fortnite death sound effect.
It was, yes. coined by Jackson DeCarlo
Yes.
here at the station. Anytime something goes wrong.
Yes.
I would say us dying to people in Sea of Thieves is something very wrong. So I think that's fair.
True.
Okay,
Unfortunate.
I'm done playing stuff now. I
Thank
promise.
you. I'm giving you the cue.
It's at 45.
Yeah, but
to
the show.
answer the question, Hunter.
Not. I already answered the question.
He already answered.
Then what cue are you giving him?
Oh, to do a station ID because the show ends ending it at 48.
You told him 10 minutes.
Yeah. You
That-
told me
it-
10 minutes at 35. I'm waiting until 10 minutes.
Yeah. You need to plan this out, Chloe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write out who does what when now.
Come on, man.
Just
I'm sorry, I'm not used to having other people on a radio show. Sorry.
It's okay.
Man, I'm just getting attacked. This is gonna be my own show again.
We're gonna get fired, Hunter.
I'm gonna fire you both.
Let's stick it to one more question.
One more question.
One more question. Okay.
Let's pick a good one.
Well, do we want to do the ID first, or?
Yeah, we can do that.
That
You are listening to WCVF 88.9, the campus and community voice of Fredonia. All right, a question.
I'm gonna cry.
It
I'm gonna
is-
cry.
It is so much fun, let me tell you, being a part of this radio station. Because Chloe, Chloe, you are one of my closest friends, and you are amazing and incredible, and I'm so happy that I know
No,
you.
because there's gonna be a but.
But it is so funny to just push your buttons and see
It
what
is.
we can get away with.
It's a highlight.
I need to make more friends. That's what I've learned today, and throughout even that first D&D session.
What do you
I
mean?
think to myself, I need more friends.
What do you mean?
No, I don't know.
I feel like there should be like a monologue at the end of episodes. Will Alex and Hunter be replaced at the end of the
should
season?
do that.
Tune in next week to find out.
Should we do monologues at the end now?
the next show is just gonna be two other random people. I'm gonna have like Colin and Q come in here.
Welcome back to VGS Let's Talk Gaming. I'm your co-host, Colin Arnett.
It's true. Colin really does sound like that too. It's accurate.
Well,
Okay, which one of these is best? We already did this. Sorry, guys. All right. Would you rather be in your favorite video game but have to kill your favorite character, or be your least favorite character in your favorite game? Preferably a game that has not cars. Alex.
I'm sorry, Mitsubishi Lancer, but I refuse to be a Kia
A
Cube.
Kia. Are you part of the Kia Soul hate group?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. There. What do you think about Kia Souls? Do you want a photo for it?
I don't have an opinion.
You don't have an
Personally.
opinion?
They're widely hated.
I'm
in
trying to think of a
pop
favorite
culture.
game
there's a 2020
where there's like an
game.
actual character that I care about.
I'll answer. I'll answer first. Since we've been talking about it already, should I bring up the soundtrack? Fallout 4. I'll talk about Fallout 4 again because I love Fallout 4. I am so sorry, Hancock, but I'm shooting you dead in your non-existent nose. Because I refuse to be Paladin Dance for the rest of my life.
Mm.
I despise that man. He's so annoying. So annoying.
Yeah,
Tired
for
of
sure.
him. I am part of the Paladin Dance hate club.
The hate club.
Hate club.
Yeah, I think I would also do the same thing where I'd be in my favorite game is Final Fantasy. If I had to kill my favorite character is Ignis from Final Fantasy 15. If you know the game, you know he's a cool guy. I'd rather do that than be the bad guy. In what? I don't want to say the name of the bad guy.
I haven't played Final Fantasy before, right? So I searched up Ignis to give me a little bit of a reference.
Yeah.
You're killing this guy?
What did you search?
Ignis. I searched
Final Fantasy. Okay,
I
but
searched up Ignis, and what
Ignis,
showed
like-
up was a Suzuki Ignis. I
Yep,
got a
that's it, the
mini
car.
SUV.
I'm
Yep.
gonna like.
You're slashing
gonna slash the
Suzuki
tires.
Ignis's tires.
That's funny. Yep, that's what I meant. Hunter, what about you?
I have no clue. I don't know of a favorite game where there's like a character that I really care about. Like my favorite games consist of like Binding of Isaac.
You would kill Isaac?
I mean,
Would you
yeah,
kill
but
it?
Isaac dies a lot.
That's true. That's true. That's like the whole thing.
You said Ignis is your favorite character in Final
Yeah.
Fantasy? Ignis kind of looks like Hunter.
Does he?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me.
Like the face?
I want to see this Ignis guy,
Ignis.
this
I
imposter.
spelled it right.
Yeah,
It
look
doesn't
at,
look like you.
look at that face. That's Hunter's
Not
face.
really.
Yeah.
Are you this man? This science man?
Facial structure, similar. Not the hair. The hair is definitely different. But facial structure,
There
similar.
you go.
A little bit.
Yeah, see?
I don't really
Hunter,
see it.
that makes so much sense.
That doesn't make sense, but okay.
You have projected
little
your,
bit.
You have projected your Final Fantasy favoritism. That was good alliteration.
Favoritism.
Final Fantasy
It was, good job.
favoritism to Hunter Halterman.
Try saying that 10 times fast.
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy favoritism.
Hunter, choose quick. We got in the show. Let's say something, Hunter. Something important.
Any game at
something
all.
influential.
Influential.
Uno.
Uno. Good answer. Good answer.
What are you killing in Uno? I'm killing the blue card.
Oh,
Blue
no.
card's
So
dead.
blue card
Blue
and-
cards are dead.
Blue what?
Blue cards are dead.
I don't
Well,
like the
if
green
if
ones.
Uno's your favorite game, then you got to get rid of your favorite character, right?
Yes.
My favorite character is the +4 card. The +4 wild,
No.
of
Okay.
course.
What's your
Okay.
least favorite card in Uno? Least favorite color card in Uno? I'm always having issues with blue. So blue's on my hit list.
I have issues with green.
I have
with
issues with green, yeah.
Yeah, nah, blue. Blue's dead. Blue's dead to me.
All right. All right, Alex.
Dead.
We're just going to play Uno sometime, and we're going to play the deck.
We should play
and we're going
Uno
to see absolutely
here.
no blue cards in there.
They're gonna be in there, but they're gonna be cut in half. Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome.
Anyways,
Anyways.
that'll be the end of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did for some of it until I got attacked by my friends
It wouldn't be a show without...
attacking me because it happens
Yeah.
in Just the Facts too.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
We attack
Waiting
each,
for them
we
to
all
do that at
attack
the
each
We'll
news.
other.
attack each
What if
other.
they do that at the news? That'd be so bad.
And in today's news, COVID testing has started on campus. That sucks for you, Chloe, doesn't it? Get wrecked.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to VGS Let's Talk Gaming. I'm Chloe, and I'm here with.
Hunter.
And Alex.
Thank you guys. That was really good. Be sure to tune in next week. I'll post on the Instagram what we're gonna do because I don't know yet. Haven't decided. And goodbye.
Will Alex and Hunter to be there next week? Tune in next week to find out. I've messed it
Probably
up.
not. It's okay. That's why you're fired because you messed up.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.